Welcome to Production Music Live. My name is GUIDO from Cat and Beats, and together with Production Music Live, we made a tutorial series where we will professionally mix vocals that have been recorded with a cheap mic straight into the computer. First, the file sounds like this.
I will be by your side, never let you go.
And after, the file is going to sound like this.
I will be by your side, never let you go. I will keep you inside through the highs and lows. I will be by your side, never running away. Ain't got nothing to hide, just to breaking away.
So please make sure to subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of the uploads. Enjoy the session. Alright, welcome back, and welcome back to the third video for vocal processing, and this time we're going to do the effects processing to get it closer to the reference. Now, let's have a little listen to the reference again, and what we're going to be listening for is the reverb that's used, the saturation that's used, and we're also going to pay attention to how is it panned out. Is there maybe a chorus used, or a vocoder, or something weird pitchy, or some what is going on with these vocals? Because they started out with a microphone as well. There wasn't a random robot that was doing it for them. It was a voice one day. So let's just listen to all those little things that make that vocal. And then we're going to try and use some of those principles in our own song. So let's first have a listen to this.
Happy life with the machines scattered around the room. Look what they made it for me. Happy technology.
All right. So the first thing I wanted to listen for was the amount of reverb used. And I think they're doing a little bit of a trick with the reverb, because the reverb only shows up after the voice is done singing, like specifically with the maid.
Look what they made it,
right there. You can hear that sizzling reverb at the top, but it doesn't really show when it's singing.
Look what they made it.
It's only after, so that means that there is a trick, which is a side chaining the reverb back onto itself, and then only when the guy is quiet does the reverb actually show up. And it's a nice trick, so we're going to do that. And then for the rest, let's just listen to some saturation.
Look what they made it for me.
The top end has sparkle. So saturation-wise, I think I know... I have one plugin that I always use for top-end sparkle, and that's the Avicii Vintage Exciter. So I'm definitely going to be using that.
Look what they made it.
There's no delay. Normally there's like a delay.
Look what they made it for me.
And the last thing, which is the most apparent to me, is the chorus that's used. So if you listen to this in stereo, this is using utility really fast. We listen to this in stereo, so in side mode.
Look what they made it for me.
It's the same vocal. It's not another vocal to create the chorus. It's the actual same vocal. So that means that there is a chorus plugin used. Let's start with that. And chorusing can also create that artificial synthy flavor. So there's an artificial synthy flavor because everything is like perfect in pitch the whole time. But it's also the chorus that can do that job. Let's just put it full wet so that you understand the sound of a chorus. And let's make sure that we only put that on the pre-verse, because I still need to do the verse and chorus. So the full wet so you understand the sound, yeah? That's what you get when you do everything with buttons. Anyway.
Through the highs and lows.
So if we just use a little bit of it, then we can actually respect the vocal. 1 second, let me check something. All right. You can actually respect the vocal and at the same time get that synthy type of sound out of it. So chorus.
By your side.
And then let's just set the stereo according to how the other guy had the stereo too, because it was a really nice blend. So I think about 35% should be fine.
By your side, never let you go.
It sounds okay. Maybe I need to use a different chorus plugin, but for me that's about right. For now, yeah. So let's also do that reverb trick that is going on in the deadmau5 track. And if we use Command-Alt-T, then we can create a return track. And the reason I'm doing a return track is because I tend to not like direct effects on tracks, although I'm using one right there. But yeah, let's just use this on a return track. It's a little bit easier. So full dry wet. Let's put the pre-delay up a little bit so the first part of the sentence comes through. Put the quality on high. Put the decay time a little bit longer than you might expect. And let's just drop in a massive fuck ton of reverb in one go.
By your side, never let you.
So right now it sounds like the guy is singing in a really big bathroom. And that's all good, Gucci, but let's just put a glue compressor right behind it and make sure that we send it to listen to the main vocal, which are, where the fuck are the vocals? Right here. And then put the threshold down, attack time fast, release time fast, and let's just have a listen.
By your side, never let you go.
And then we have that little trick that's going on, right? You can hear every single word, and only when the guy stops singing, that's where the reverb actually starts shining.
By your side, never let you go.
So that sounds brilliant. Let's just have a little listen to this again. Oh, be quiet, please. Oh, be quiet, I said.
Happy life with the machines scattered around the room.
All right. So the last thing that we really need to get into, let's see, do we have everything? Text processing wise, yeah. We need to put in the backing vocals.
By your side, never let you go.
And the backing vocals, I have a audio effect rack here where I've already done the exact same thing I did in the other thing, but this time I put on a gate, and the gate is there to do all this deleting for me. I don't really care about the backing vocals. If there's going to be a tiny little bit of crackle or things, it'll give a nice characteristic to it. But what I do care about is giving this track a little bit of automation on a delay, just to fill up some sides, just to fill up, make it a little bit sexy. So let's just use the Command Alt and T version again. Create another return track, and for this one, let's get a ping pong delay. And we're gonna do some throws. They're called throws. So here's the backing vocal. And for some stupid reason, I can't press A, so I have to click over here and then click over there. So we're going to do some throws with the ping pong delay. And we're going to put them on every single time the guy finishes a phrase. We're going to pop them in.
By your side, never let you go.
Let's put them right there as well.
By your side, never let you go.
All right, so that's really nice to have, but let's make that ping pong delay. It's nice and subtle. Let's put that down low a little bit so you can separate the actual sound from the vocal. So it's like, instead of go, it's go. Yeah, so this little EQ does that. So you just get it down below here. It's gonna sound nice. Okay. And I kind of want more volume out of this thing, so I'm just going to whack it up all the way.
That would be you go. I will keep.
Just to kind of create that little texture underneath. It's nice. Now, the last thing and that is literally the last thing for all the vocal processing that we're going to do today, because we don't need any slap delay, we don't need anything special. The last thing that we're going to do, I'm thinking maybe we should put a doubler in. No, I'll do that later. The last thing that we're going to do is we are going to use a Aphex Vintage Exciter to get the top end of the track to come in. So get the Aphex Vintage Exciter, pop it onto return track, put it in auxiliary mode, and this is the, there's also the saturation plugin in Ableton 10, but to this date, I just can't get it to do what this does. So maybe one of you can, but this is just the absolute bee's knees in anything you need to pop out in the mix. Drop a little bit of that into it and it will pop out perfectly. So let's put the vocals in there. By your side, never let you go. It just immediately pops out of the mix. So the Aphex Vintage Exciter is one of my secret tools and many other people's as well. So definitely use that. Now for the next part, for the next video that's going to come up, because this is kind of where I'm going to stop. Actually, should we do the doubler? Do we have a look at a doubler? Let's use a doubler. Let's see, because, you know, when I listen to the side information of this track, like, wait, where did I do it? I don't know where I did it, but I listened to the side information and this chorus was just not really doing exactly what the deadmau5 guy was doing. So let's just use a doubler. Let's just see if we can do this thing. So a doubler in stereo, turn this off. Be by your side, never let you go. That is actually way nicer. Let's try the stereo 4 doubler thing. Be by your side, never let you go. I will keep highs and lows. I will be by your side, never let you go. I will keep through the highs and lows. Let's listen to the side information, because I think that was it. All right. It's just so nice to sometimes discover little things and then you're just like, woo. What is here? Let's put it in solo. That's pretty good, isn't it? Is it better than this? Okay, so I'm gonna have to decide on if the doubler is going to be better or the chorus is going to be better, because the chorus is creating that synthy, weird, wide synthesizer sound, and that doubler is creating a clean sound. So I'm gonna decide on that, but I'm gonna decide on that in the next video, where we're going to be mixing the whole track back in. But I'm going to first mix everything, because I still have a lot of work to do on this mix, and I think it's going to take me at least 2 hours. So I'll give you the synopsis of what I have done in the next video. So much love. Take care. My name is Guido from Cat and Beats. Make sure to go over to my channel. Make sure to subscribe to this channel to see the rest of the series. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care. Peace, and have a lovely day.